Hello to those who came in. Hello to everybody who just came in. Hello and welcome to all those who just came in. See.
Sagittarius is the other name for
Hello to everybody who just entered. I hope you're having a good morning or whatever time of day it is where you're at. Hey, I hope you're doing well. I wanted to do like a little chat where people come up and share their paranormal experiences. If people thought that would be fun, or if they want a reading, I could do that too. But I would love for people to come and share their paranormal experiences. All good. It happens. I always think when electronics act up, maybe that's spirit's way of saying they don't want something to happen. I don't know, because they say that spirits can mess with electronics, so I always blame them. I believe it anyways. When my grandma died, a lot of electrical stuff started happening, and it was mostly around my mom. So my mom came and asked me about it, and I told her, I said, look, you can tell grandma to knock it off. Like, you can set boundaries. But, anyways,
Ali and Anna seemed so perfect. And what people didn't know was she was screaming for help.
In a controversial new bill that just passed aimed at making America healthy again, all 50 states approved free water tests for U.S. homeowners to see if they qualify for a home water filtration system. This is due to recent testing by the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency revealing record high levels of deadly contaminants in American tap water. You just have to enter your zip code to claim the free water test. Tap the link below to see if you qualify. If you're trusting your tap water because it looks clean, you could be making a dangerous mistake. Every time you fill a glass, take a shower, or wash a dish, you could be exposing yourself and your family to toxic invisible contaminants, poisons hiding in plain sight. The truth is, if you're spending money on bottled water, filtration pitchers, or anything to clean your tap water, you're missing out on serious cash. Why waste it on quick fixes when there's a solution that can protect your entire home? Tap the link below now.
Hey, baby. It's just these. You're okay. Hello to everybody who just entered. I hope you're having a good Tuesday. Excuse me, my voice is kind of harsh. And if you have a paranormal story that you would like to share, let me know and I'll send you a link and you can come up and share your story. Since no one's talking, I'll share one of my favorite paranormal experiences. I actually just wrote it in a group, so I'll just read what I wrote. What's the coolest thing you've done as a medium? For 14 years, I had an ancient spirit of an indigenous man follow me around telling me they wanted their burial mound back. I tell him I didn't have the power to do that. Finally, I told him to guide me. Finally, after 14 years, I told him to guide me to documents proving that there even was a Indian burial mound and telling their story. Second, lead me to documents proving where the skeletal remains are today, and then I promised I'll get his story out. No other promises. He had other plans in mind. Long story short, I got the story out there and we got repatriation for the remains and justice for the mound. I worked with the editor of my local paper on the story and he was very impressed by my work. He said this was the biggest and most profound story of his career. And I will put the newspaper story in the chat room if it will let me, because it's really long. Actually, since that's so long and I don't know how to shorten it, look up Rebecca Jarrett Indian Burial Mound, and it'll come up. You can read the juicy details because, they didn't just want justice for the fact that their mound was desecrated. Bridgewater College had the skeletal remains of a 1-year-old infant on display for 40 years. 40 years. And then after NAGPRA was passed, the college cremated the remains and even mixed them with the remains of somebody from Tennessee. So they destroyed remains from this mound. And nobody knew about that until this spirit guided me towards documents proving that that had happened. So that being published kind of pushed for justice for the remains and a reburial. So you could say that I have worked with an Indian burial ground, Indian burial mound. Stephen King don't got shit on me. No, the spirits were very kind and they were not like evil or dark or angry and hostile and vengeful. Well, obviously they were angry and vengeful, but not towards me. And if anybody has the guts to come up here and share their story, click this link, StreamYard. Don't be shy. Make this stream fun, because I've been sitting here and I'm bored. Hello to everybody who just entered. Feel free to come on and share your stories. Feel free to say anything.
What about the negative side that we should look out for? What are red flags when we're dating someone? What would you suggest to look out for?
Love bombing. I think this is a red flag in dating.
But it feels so good.
It does feel so good.
Hey, Aaliyah. I'm feeling good. I just woke up like super early, so I was like, I'm gonna get on here and see if anybody will come in. It's a long shot because it's like so early in the morning. How are you feeling? Oh no. Hello. Can you hear me?
Whoops. Hello.
Hello.
Are you up already?
Yeah. Rise and shine early.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
Oh, that's good. I saw that you were in the hospital and I wanted
Yeah.
just wanted to check on you, you know.
Yeah. I was in for about a week or half a week.
Mm,
And they ran blood thinners through,
did
you
that help?
know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, because I was in such bad pain when I went to lay down, I would scream.
Oh,
And then I was coughing up blood, and I was like, this
did you
isn't a normal cold.
happen automatically?
Yeah.
Oh,
I thought I just had a cold, you know. I didn't
yeah.
realize I had blood clots, but
Oh, horrible. Oh,
yeah, I've been taking it easy on the readings though.
you know, I also just wanted to say, don't listen to the haters. You know, you had a hater thing, and I just, stay strong, and you bring positivity to people, and also with you having illnesses makes you more open to other people that have illnesses, and people don't understand that level of connection with people,
Yes.
and your positivity is wonderful to see. Okay.
Oh, thank you.
So, keep it up when you can, but, stay strong health wise. I just wanted to say hi and check on you.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
No problem. I met you like a couple weeks ago and stuff, and I just wanted to check on you.
I really appreciate that. Such kind words. Yeah, the hater kind of bothered me at first, but then I thought to myself, like, what if this person got triggered because a medium scammed them in the past? Or,
It's just like they're thinking, oh, you know, people enjoy breaking people down.
yeah, yeah,
Especially hurts more when you have a health issue that you're fighting, and you're trying to do something positive, okay? And it just some people are just evil,
yeah,
and it takes time when you want to give to people and you're a caring person, and you've gone through a lot. They don't understand, and they never will unless they have some sort of suffering. I
yeah.
always they haven't had enough suffering. I know that's horrible to say, but if they had more suffering, they would not be so evil. So
Well,
I just
as
want
as
to,
my channel grows, I will definitely get more haters. So that's something I need to prepare for.
yeah, build a strong shell, but sometimes it throws you off guard when it's like, what? You're like having,
Yeah.
and it's like, wait a minute, oh, you know, you know, you have a positive, website. Some crazy people have websites. If they can have websites, you should be allowed to have website,
Yeah, thank you.
So, just stay strong. That's all I wanted to say, and you know, continue to be healthy. I wish you. I'm sending you positive energy. Okay,
Okay, thank you.
you're welcome. I didn't. I thought I'm confused on dates. I thought I don't know what date it is. Today's Monday, right?
Right.
Okay, so
No, it's Tuesday.
no,
I was confused like earlier when I was
no, it's got to be Monday.
it's Tuesday, isn't
I
it?
I
Yeah,
never
it's Tuesday.
but yeah. So I just wanted to wish you good wellness.
I appreciate you saying nice things about me and what I'm trying to do here because I don't want anybody to think that I'm like competing with anybody or I'm trying to do anything negative. I'm just practicing my abilities and hopefully helping people while I'm at it.
And you only have so much energy, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So it's like the little energy you have is you're trying to do something positive. you know, Something that you enjoy to help benefit people. Because I always feel good when I do stuff for people, even
Hmm.
sick. That makes me feel so much better. Like a smile makes me feel better. So it's like continue to do that because you don't realize how much you're touching other people. And there are a lot of other sick people that need that communication
Yeah.
you have. Um, so I just wanted to let you know that I felt bad about the hater situation and that you were in the hospital. So, um,
It's okay. I just had a bit of bad luck.
it happened. You never know when you're going to end up in the hospital. but
Right.
I, I want to wish you goodness. That's all.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have you been busy tonight?
No, nobody's come on. Like you're one person came on and said hi, and now you.
Oh, well. At least tonight my face isn't twitching as much. I didn't realize how bad it was when I was talking to you, and I'm like, oh my god, that doesn't even look like me.
Oh, you look fine.
Because I have chronic pain, so it's like it affects my face sometimes,
I
and
get it.
it's like it's embarrassing, and I'm like, I'm trying to get used to that. And I'm like,
Right.
but I wanted when I saw that you had like readings and stuff, I just wanted to, how you sometimes connect with people and you
Yeah.
just want to talk to them, you know? And I had gotten into my apartment and I was like, and I got the computer working. I'm like, I need to talk to her, you know?
That's
So,
exactly what I wanted. I want people to come on and, not only just get readings, but like talk, share their stories, talk about, their experiences, ask questions about mediumship, whatever. Connect.
because a lot of times support groups are a little bit about, okay, I'm more sick than you. And, it's like,
Yeah.
you, you want positive stuff. So I'm going to ask you a question.
Okay.
I don't know if you can answer it. Okay. I have an implant in my back, uh, an electrical implant from my top of my spine to my hip.
Okay.
Um, it has let spirits into my body.
I could see that. They mess with electronics.
Exactly. So I have it's considered two batteries, and I have tried to talk to people about it because I have had ancestors enter, and uh, no one wants to discuss the future issues that are going to happen with people with devices that have been implanted. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's like, it's like no, they just don't won't even talk about it. And so I just wanted to discuss, say something to you. Like, have you heard about anyone having this?
No, but that's a really good thing to bring up because, and it's funny you say that because the gentleman who was in here earlier was talking about having, he was trying to share my live, but his electronics messed up. And I said, I always believe that's spirit, you
Yeah.
know?
Mhm.
And so I started talking about how I believe that spirits mess with electronics. And anytime I have electronics go funny, I'm like, oh, that's a spirit, you know?
um, I've had problems with electricity jumping from my body and stuff, and so it's I I had briefly told you that I did a trans channeling situation with a Hungarian ancestor. Um, Speaking Hungarian, I've never done it before, and it's because of these openings in my back. The electricity is like a beacon.
It,
um,
you've been experiencing more mediumship because of it.
I've never experienced mediumship before until I had the implants,
Interesting.
and so I just wanted to talk to someone about this is going to be an issue with people having these electrical devices that are pumping out electricity all the time. It's a nonstop electrical device.
Right.
So it's like I'm constantly checking because it's very easy for them to, unless I'm guarded or having, you know, spirit guides like protect and stuff,
Hmm.
those two areas. But the device goes through my chakra system from the top to my hip. So it's blocking the energy flow of the chakra, from my top of
Yeah.
the spine. So it's screwing up my natural um, ability to move energy or have energy moved. Um, so I just wanted to discuss that.
See what I thought about that. Yeah. I think that's very interesting. Um, yeah, you are going to have to continuously like do visualizations where you're like putting a shield up and
Yeah.
relying on your loved ones to guard you, and just remember you have boundaries.
And it's hard because I don't know when they're entering because I have chronic pain, like I had said, and I take a lot of medicine, 13 medicines to try to help with the nerve pain. So I don't know when they're entering or if I'm just having a bad day.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, so it's like, I'm like, I'm starting to realize it when my behavior totally changes and I'm depressed because of something I've watched on TV, which I've been told not to watch TV anymore because it comes through it. Um, how did you start in mediumship? I might as well ask you while you're here, until someone comes, if you don't mind.
Yeah. I don't mind. Um, okay, so in my early 20s, I had psychic experiences my entire life,
Mhm.
but they were mostly like premonitions
Oh,
and things like that. And then in my early 20s, I had a dream where my childhood best friend said, "Hey, Becky, I just died. Can you tell my dad, whatever?" And I woke up and I ran to my computer and I get on, and sure enough, all over Facebook, Issa Osbury, rest in peace.
Oh,
And I was like, holy shit. And it scared me. Like, I found that out in a dream. And that didn't stop. I would be driving in my car, and in my mind, I'd get a vision of him sitting in the passenger seat. Becky, please contact my dad. I'd be out with friends, and I'd get a vision. They're not your friends. I'm your friend. Will you please contact my dad?
no.
And after months of this, I was like, fine, God damn it, I'll contact your dad.
Leave me alone.
And I did, and his dad sent me a message and said he was praying the night before for a sign and woke up to my message.
Um,
And it creeped me out, so I blocked him.
yeah.
But then more dead people started coming into my dreams. Hey, can you tell so and so? And then I would start getting visions. And then, I started working at this fast food restaurant, and I was just having paranormal experience after paranormal experience after paranormal experience. And like, I saw a full bodied apparition. Um,
Does your family have it? Like, you have a mother, father that
a
has?
parent, my aunt does, but she doesn't really have the mediumship. She has the premonitions.
Oh, okay.
But I think it's their religion that blocked them off from the mediumship.
Okay.
Because I've gotten readings where my grandma has apologized to me and said that she was this way, but she hid it because of religion.
Hmm.
But yeah, like in my early 20s, it just like bam opened up and just came on strong. And it scared me. And I ran from it for years.
Absolutely.
And now I'm trying to embrace it and be like, okay, well, ha- I know I'm used to spirit coming to me, but let's try to pick up on spirit for people who are grieving.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit of that's me going to spirit now.
Yeah. It keeps you busy too.
Yeah, and it's actually saved my life because I was in a very dark place when it all came on. So like having grandpa be able to talk to me about my depression has been
Mm.
nice.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. My,
And I feel bad for other people because when they, lose somebody to death, they can't still see them, and I can.
mm.
So it's like when my grandma died, I didn't even grieve because she comes in my room all the time. Oh, she acted up at her funeral. I knew when this woman was going to die that she would mess with electronics and like haunt us and mess with us. And sure enough, when she died,
Oh. Well, it's good that that you have an outlet. You know, I know
yeah,
you have conditions, but you have an outlet to make the world a better place still too. You know what I mean? As you learn, it
hopefully.
helps. Because um, I always want, because your life changes when you have health problems automatically, and it's you have you need to have a purpose still though. You know, I always mine is with animals, like I probably told you before, um, but I never know whether it's my chronic pain or it's a spirit, or a
Yeah,
past life, and it's like I guess I'm trying to take on all my past lives at one time,
yeah.
um, to become to heal. Hmm. Do you know past lives? Do you deal with past lives?
Um, I can't like read past lives. I've met other mediums who can, but I'm fascinated by them because I have memories of me as a child trying to remember who I was.
Oh,
Like, you know, and I did a past life regression and I came up with so much information. And when I Googled this information, it was all correct.
oh wow.
Yeah. So maybe.
I've ended up finding out a lot about me being dealing with being either witches, you know, that have been locked in dungeons,
Yeah.
or gypsies, like magical gypsies, or you know, but I, how you choose your family members. I don't know why I did that.
Yeah. You know what? I feel like, honestly, I have a strong feeling that I was persecuted for being a witch and that my dad was probably one of the bad guys because he is so religious and
Hmm.
I'm kind of, I talk to dead people and
Yeah, I don't
like
do that too much.
I don't know, it's just like I feel like I'm back in the days where they burned witches alive. I don't know.
Probably, prob- probably were.
Maybe if I feel that way, it probably was a connection there.
My brother put me in a dungeon, locked me in a dungeon. This was one witch time because he was afraid of the magic I had as a witch, and I
Yes.
died there. And so I go, "You locked me up, and I died." It's like, oh me, you know. But
Yeah, past lives I find fascinating. Um, I had a past life regression, but I wasn't very happy with it because I couldn't get rested enough. So
um,
I don't think,
was it the hypnosis part that you?
y- yeah, I kept getting interrupted. Like my phone would ring, or
Yeah, I have a hard time with the whole hypnosis thing. You know, it's one
yes,
thing you meditate and you can bring it out, but I tried to do the hypnosis just with smoking, and that didn't work too well. So it's so, yeah. Have you done Acacia Records, or have you?
no, I've never even really studied that very much. So what is what
I
is it?
guess it's records of your life.
Okay,
Mm, I'm not quite. There's so many things to study, uh,
yeah,
nowadays, and so trying to keep up with it. I did all the Reiki courses in Reiki for animals, um, but it's like I enjoy the shamanic journeys more. Have you done
yeah.
shamanic journeys um, to bring you in more of the Native American influences with the drumming and beating to the heart of the earth? I guess the records are supposed to be records of your life, of all of your lives.
Speaking of Native Americans, one of the most, okay, not one of the most profound thing I ever did as a medium
Mhm,
when I first started like learning I was a medium, I was seeing an ancient indigenous man
mhm.
and he actually guided me to where I can adopt my cat. And it
Oh,
was Indian Mound Road, but it didn't click. And then after I experienced all the paranormal stuff at
mhm.
my job, which was down the street, this indigenous man would come in for me and say they wanted their mound rebuilt.
Oh.
And I said, I don't have the power to do that. And I looked online, I went to the Historical Society, and I could barely find anything about the mound.
Mhm.
And so I told him, I'm sorry, I don't have the power to do that. And for 14 years he bugged me.
Oh.
And so finally I told him in 2002, I said, all right, I'll make a deal with you. I said, you guide me towards records and documents that prove that you even existed,
Mm.
and you guide me towards records and documents that prove where your skeletal remains are today,
Uh-huh.
and I will get your story out there. I said, but that's all I'm promising. And so he did. He guided me to all the documents and all the um just amazing stuff. And I he told me to, go to my local paper, and he told me the reporter he wanted me to go to, which ended up being the editor of the newspaper. And I worked closely with the editor of the newspaper to get reburial for the remains
Really?
and also justice for the remains because a local college had cremated an infant
Oh. Oh.
in broke NAGPRA. So a bunch of laws were broken. And I mean, these spirits totally told on everybody.
And they needed you,
And I did it. I actually did it. And I've been telling him for 14 years, I don't have the power to do that.
and you didn't.
And I did it.
That is so wonderful.
Yeah, Stephen King don't got shit on me.
F him. But that is so wonderful. Is do you think he was one of your spirit guides?
He's a friend, definitely. They come around,
Mm.
and like when I've been doubting myself recently, they've been like, remember, you do have the power. And I'm like, okay.
What what type of indigenous or Native American people were they? The name
Monacan
Monacan. Where's that from?
in Virginia, the Appalachian Mountains.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm in the Shenandoah Valley.
Oh, okay. I'm in Hampton, New Hampshire. So
Okay.
so we have more of it's not really shown much of the Native Americans, but I think it's more like Abenaki, but I'm not quite sure. You
Yeah.
know, they haven't. There's just there's so many of them. Um, my mom, we learned Cherokee, but I'm not showing up DNA wise as Cherokee.
Yeah.
Little white German girl.
See, that's what happened to me. My grandma is always like, we're Cherokee, we're Cherokee, we're Cherokee. And she's from Oklahoma. And but when I took the DNA test, it says I'm 0.01% Native American.
Funny because that's my mom's family. Her biological father, we found out about. Um, and he is part Cherokee, um, from Oklahoma. You know, North Carolina, Virginia area. So it's showing up. My mother and my brother look and have the features of and tall of the Cherokee ancestry.
Yeah.
I look little white German girl.
Yes, see, I was 98% British and Irish. I
Uh-huh.
barely had any Native American DNA. It's there, but barely. But I had Nigerian and Congo
Oh
and
wow!
Coptic Egyptian.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
Never. I have finished, but um, like with the health problems, I'm trying to find out what are the rare diseases that are causing my back problems. Because
right.
with the drifts and the inbreeding, of
Yeah.
these of you know certain nationality, as the Ice Age moved back and forth, inbred and stuff, and they created a lot of rare genetic diseases. Um, so that's one of the reasons I did the DNA thing so I could find out who can I blame.
Yeah. I did it because I wanted to know how much Native American I had in me, and it's like, Grandma, you liar.
Because it's always that story. Okay, yes, you get it from this person. You
And
know,
I was hoping I wasn't as white as everybody said I was, and I was. I'm very white.
I, their white skin. I've been told I glow by I had a relationship with someone from Texas, and he had very dark skin, and he's like, "Oh, you glow like a ghost," but it's okay. And I'm like, "Well, it's not
Yeah,
common."
I can tan really good, but like the I guess I take after the Irish side of the
Also,
family. I'm very pale. Um
like
I just yeah.
I've always been ivory skin. Do,
Hey
do,
Jessica, can you hear us?
here, I'll get off so you can talk to her. Okay?
No, we could have a group chat. Make it fun.
I
Oh,
really
your mic is muted, dear. Jessica, you're gonna have to unmute your mic. Technical difficulties.
um,
But yeah, like feel free to stay on, like have a group chat. That's what I want to do.
I'm like, I saw that you were having problems, and I was like, oh my god, I gotta get on. You know, I gotta, I just gotta give her a little bit of,
I appreciate it because I'm a walking health problem. Like you said, you take a lot of medicine. I do too.
and you spend your days with doctors and medications, and it's a never-ending thing, and people don't understand, and you don't understand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As you grow, so reaching out to people that are in a spirituality way as well as dealing with a daily struggle
Yeah.
is it's a nice thing, especially you seem like a very sweet person, and I just wanted to keep you saying, keep doing what you're doing. Don't
Thank
let
you.
them.
I question was like, should I do readings? Because like, is that what spirit wants for me? And I hear spirit saying, do it, do it, do it. But I'm like, no.
You help other people, you know even if it's just communicating, connecting with people that aren't connecting with the world because they can't get out.
Yeah. Yeah.
uh, it is a benefit and beautiful thing, and I know you have your health struggles. I mean, and it comes up when you don't expect it because you can't plan. So it gives a lot to other people. So don't listen to people that are nasty.
Yeah.
Um, Usually I tell them to, I use the F word a lot.
I do too. You're
I,
fine.
that is my main word. I'm like, my dad told me if it's none of my business, to stay the fuck out of it. And that's, I tell everyone that tries to tell me how to manage my health conditions. I moved into an apartment complex of 140 disabled and elderly people. And it is like a drama city. And everyone wants to tell me what I should do. And they get, like, why are you in a wheelchair now? Because I can't fucking walk and I want to get outside. It's like,
Yeah.
you
Why are you being rude about it?
it's they said, oh, you need to get your eyes fixed and you need to do this. And it's like, you know what? Mind your own fucking business. And I was very polite at first, But then I was like, you know what? These people have to back off.
Right. See, my dad's kind of like that. Like, he gets on me about my health. Like, you need to walk. You need to go on a walk. You need to go on a walk because they say the blood clots start in your legs, so
Hmm.
you should go on walks. And it's like, okay, I will go on a walk when I want to. Like, back off.
But, you know, and it's you have to put the boundaries there, and it's like you don't have the energy to continuously fight with people.
Right.
You know, it's like the only way I could keep mobility is in a pool. Okay,
Yeah.
walking in the pool. And it's like, and it's none of anyone's fucking business. You fight enough with doctors, you know, you, you should, you're an adult. You know, tell people to leave you the fuck alone. You
Yeah.
know, I have a little jar that my dad bought me, and it's a whole bottle of little fucks. So, you know,
Oh, that's cute.
when you run in, they're little like pieces of like wood, you know, and it says when you need an extra, you know, fuck. So I take one, I throw it at people,
That's cute.
and I was like, have you ever heard of Sloan Bella?
Mm-mm.
She is a medium thing on YouTube, and she swears a hell of a lot, and she says, "Fuck, fuck," and I'm like, maybe I have Tourette's. My mom's like, no, I've just always said stuff like that because people sometimes need to be put in their place.
I've always said F a lot. Like, I come from a family of sailors. So, and my dad one day, like, he said to me, "Why do you always cuss so goddamn motherfucking much?" And I said, "Well, Dad," I said, "my father's a sailor, my grandfather's a sailor, my other grandfather's a sailor, my mother married a sailor, and her dad was a sailor." I was like, "Why do you think I cuss so motherfucking much?"
So motherfucking much. Oh, that's funny. You know, it's like my therapist said, you know, you've suffered so much in life. You're allowed to tell people to fuck off. And I'm like, well, thank you. So, you know, but you know, I am learning to try to bite my tongue at times because that doesn't help me when I get into fights with people because people are not nice. A lot of them aren't nice. I,
No, I'm
yeah.
also trying to learn to bite my tongue because, like, even though I can be really sweet and empathic,
Mhm.
being an empath, I can intuitively know what hurts somebody the most. And if I feel that they slighted me, like, I could throw that back at them. And that's
Mm,
no good.
yeah.
That's no good. Um,
I'm naive. I like think everyone's good. Okay, I try to like, and
I do too.
it's like because just like you want to help people. That's just how I was brought up. You know, if people need help, you know, even though you might be in so much pain you can't barely move, you try to give yourself to someone else to help them
Yeah.
because that's just how I was brought up
That's how I was taught too. And it's like, um,
and take advantage of it.
I'm having to learn boundaries
Yes.
and to learn red flags. And, because like growing up, the friends I had, they used me, and they, like, my best friend, she was abusive. Like, I seriously think she was a psychopath. Like, no exaggeration, because just looking back on her behavior was, she even admitted to me one day in this sick way that her emotions were mimicked.
Ooh.
Because she said, I was leaving her house, and she said, "Call me when you get home." And I said, "Okay." And she said, "You see how I did that?" And I said, "Did what?" And she said, "You see how I made you think that I care?" And she's like, all I had to do was this with my facial expressions.
She is a mm,
Psychopath.
oh my yeah yeah yeah. My friends I ended up being more solo because the first friend that I really had, we got into a fight. I mean, a fist fight. The first, because people are just nasty.
Yeah.
There are some people that are caring and just don't think about materialistic things and just are like would help people. Well, but and that's how I was brought up, and I didn't even think about someone being mean. You know what
Right.
I mean? I wasn't taught that. So
Because you didn't feel that way. So it's like, why is this happening? What did I do? You know.
I just realized I was short. My brother's tall because I always look people in the eye, so I
Yeah.
think the same height as me. Well, I've just learned at my age of 51 that I am short. I'm like, oh my god, you're tall, and he's like, yeah, you're short. I'm like, but I look at people in the eye, so they all look even to me, and it's like my brain doesn't, it's like, you
That's
know,
funny.
isn't that a weird one?
I feel that way too. I'm 5'2", but it's like I don't feel short.
Yeah, because you look at people. If you look at people in the eye, you're at the same height, you know.
Right. Yeah.
So, so I never thought my mother was tall or my brother, because. But I do always have. I have the loudest mouth. Okay, the loudest. Tell it like it is. Whether or not you like it, but usually compliment people because people need it. People need sometimes just to hear, "Hi, how you doing?"
Right.
Or "You have a beautiful smile," or "You look great today." Because
Exactly.
and a lot of times I'm a hugger, so
You're a hugger.
yeah, I'm a hugger. During the pandemic, it was a problem, but you know, what do you learn from it? I guess the illnesses and stuff, but that still makes me the happiest. It's just
I'm sorry you have to deal with that because it's like I know I have severe hormonal issues
Mhm.
and I'm at high risk for cancer. I have bipolar,
Mm,
depression. Like I have been depressed and suicidal since I was 6. And
major.
then when I was 15, they put me on the wrong medication.
Oh, I've
And so
so
it
did it freak you out? Did they have to take you away?
well, no, it made me worse. It made me even more depressed and suicidal, and they left me on it for 20 years.
What medicine was that?
Effexor.
I haven't been on that, but I
Okay.
can understand.
And finally, I got found a doctor who was worth a damn, and she was like, "This is the problem," and she put me on a mood stabilizer. And for the first time in my life, like
You
I
felt the,
was not depressed and suicidal.
I ended up hugging doctors because they put you as a number. And when I would leave, I would hug them and say, "Thank you so much." And they would, "Oh my God, this is a person again."
Yeah,
For them to realize this was before the pandemic, because they are so 15 minutes and they don't care. So I would go and I would hug them and say, "Thank you so much." And then they would remember who you are, that you're a person, and that you needed certain things to, help you out. Um,
I'm having. Well, I found a doctor I like now, but I had a psychiatrist who was so mean to me. Like
ugh,
when I would report to him, I'm depressed.
uh,
Like my medicine is making me depressed. He didn't believe that Effexor was doing that to me. And I kept telling him it's the effexor that's making me bad.
Yeah,
And he said, "You know what your problem is? You need to get over your poor, pitiful me attitude."
fucker.
Yeah. And it
What
was
a
like,
fucker. Hopefully I don't get deleted, but what a fucker.
I
Because,
fired him. I found someone else.
oh, it's like they do not want to accept that the medicine is causing you problems.
Yeah, sometimes those medicines are dangerous. Well,
I've
they are
heard so
dangerous.
many people being
Like,
put bad medicines and then ending up in the big white building because their body is just freaking out from the medicine.
yeah,
And
yeah, I've had bad experiences on like depression medication. Like, I'm very sensitive and they did a test on me and I can barely take anything. Um, Now the medication I'm taking now, I it saved my life.
that is
So
so wonderful. So you
there's that.
a bit.
But
Oh, you
yeah, they don't listen. Like, they
mm,
just pin these patients as, oh, they're just crazy and trying to
oh,
come off their meds. And it's like, no, you got to believe that sometimes these meds are causing horrible side effects.
oh, absolutely. Every doctor that I know, especially my thyroid doctor, he keeps trying to push this medicine on me and increase the medicine high enough, and then I end up falling and throwing things and smacking into walls with my head, and I'm like, you're over putting too much medicine, and he would not had a huge fight with him, and then I just ended up, breaking up the tablets he gives me to a lower dose,
Yeah.
you know, because so many doctors just
Yeah. My doctor tries to up my meds and up my meds. And I'm like, dude, we don't need to keep upping my meds every time I have a symptom of being depressed. Just let me
exactly.
get through it and I'll be fine.
I have the difficulty on when I have very deep depression. It's an add-on to what I have for for depression medicine,
Yeah.
and so whenever it's deep depression, I have the Resulti to take to help stabilize. Um, I keep it for when severe times. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I know it's not an attachment.
But yeah. So I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't come on here and be like honest about being bipolar, but I figure there's a lot of people in here who are probably bipolar, probably depressed, or
Luckily,
probably have CPTSD.
when I came on and I saw my face and I saw how bad my face was twitching when I was talking to you, you know, that is who I am. I have to accept it. I have to accept being in a wheelchair. You know, being who you are makes you, a special person that other people that will connect with you. You shouldn't have to hide who you are. And
True.
it made me feel very good because you opened yourself up and explained to me, hey, I have health issues too.
Yeah.
You know, because most people don't aren't vulnerable like that.
Yeah. I've gotten a lot of bad rap in my life for being like vulnerable. People call me weak, but it's like
No,
after getting on this channel, I've gotten so many like nice words about it, and it just really melts my heart.
you deserve it. And
Thank
the
you.
strength you've had to even start the channel, that's a lot of energy. That takes energy to um, get on the channel and then communicate. You know,
Yeah.
that is a great, you know, challenge that you endure and you continue to grow your life despite the issues you have. So I am impressed with what you have done.
No,
You
thank
know,
you.
because we should all, be able to accept ourselves. And it took me a long time to accept that I have to use a wheelchair sometimes. Of course,
Yeah.
um, I don't use it well. I smash into walls. But when you're younger, you don't want to accept that you have any issues.
Hmm.
First of all, or that you need a medication because it's still some medications. People think, oh, she's just mentally crazy, or well, watch out for her, or
Yeah.
you know. And it's like, you know what? I am fucking crazy. Hmm? That's what I tell people. Yeah, I'm fucking crazy. I don't fucking care. I am who I am. If you don't like me, stay the fuck away from me.
I'm a crazy cat lady, is what I tell people. Proud
Yeah,
of.
I have 5 right now at my parents' house. Cats.
We have 4. I have to move back in with my parents because they've like rent is outrageous. They don't
Oh,
pay people enough to even be able
oh,
to afford rent. I'm
yep.
a hairdresser, so
They,
I make nothing.
when my cat went on diabetes, had diabetes, I had to move back in because I could not afford to feed myself with the insulin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Of course. But I saw your black cat, which I have a black. My parents.
Yes, my cat is black. Her name's Bastet.
This one is from North Carolina. His name is Riley, and your little orange tiger one. I have one. I used to have one. I had one for 20 years, and his name was Bubba. And uh, I call on him, and I can feel him warmth on my chest, with his paws sticking in my face. I still feel him around, but we have a little orange one from North Carolina because, we had several deaths, and, you know, the house is not a home without animals. um,
Yeah.
and his name is Timber. So we have one that has, I have an apartment at a disability, an elderly place, but I'm not going to bring any animals there because that's how I can get to medical, resources.
Okay.
Move. So I'm right now we have a cat with an injured paw, and he just like snuggles on my under my arm and until he gets better. So
Yeah.
gotta love the animals.
My cat, she's my baby.
Mm,
Um,
which one?
her name's Bastet. She makes me hold her like a little baby every single night.
Oh,
She's 14.
is she?
Yeah. She's staring at me right now, so I know she's about to start her shit. She's very bossy, very
Is she?
domineering. Yeah.
Oh, you gotta love.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just into outdoor animals too. The squirrels and the birds. I'm the crazy lady outside, like talking to the birds.
Oh, I love animals.
And it's like, I went to this apartment complex with like elderly people, and there's not enough. It's in the city, like, so I'm outside. Hello, birds. How are you? And I'm laying on the grass, and all these smokers are like, "Oh, what are you doing? Get out the grass. Dogs pee there." And I'm like, "Fucking care." I'm like on the grass, talking to the little squirrels, going, "Hello, squirrelies." And I'm whistling. I'm like, the weird ones that are saying, like, "We've been watching you move in." I'm like, they stopped saying that because they're a little afraid of me now.
There's this town that I like to go and walk around. It's like right beside the town I live in,
Uh-huh,
and but it's historical. And there was a wild turkey running loose on the bridge.
uh-huh.
So I park and I go on the bridge and I'm like creeping up on this wild turkey. And a car stops and rolls down their window and it's my friend. And they're like, Becky, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm going to catch me a wild turkey. I'm weird. I don't care.
I I stop in the middle of the road, little baby squirrelies are crossing the road, and I'm like, ah, and I'm
I stop for squirrels. Yeah.
like I'm like stopping in the middle of the city. Well, it's Portsmouth, New Hampshire, but more city, but not Boston. And I'm like, "Arr!" Yelling, screaming. I'm think part of it is I'm hearing impaired, so I don't know how loud I am, but I don't even care. You get to that point where it's like you just want to enjoy life.
Yes.
Your energy on people that don't deserve it, and it's like the beautiful sky and water and everything is the animals make life so special.
Yes.
So special, and that's what keeps me going. It's like a little bit of sunshine.
I'll
You
say it. Cats got me through the most depressing moments of my life.
know,
And people can be all like, "Ah, she's a cat lady," but it's like, my cat was there. You weren't. You
that
know?
that cat was there specifically for you
Yeah.
too. They're so intuitive. They know when you need them. I
Yeah.
adopted these cats from myself, but my parents needed them. And so they actually are now my parents' cats because they know when people need them, and my dad needed the love of that and you know of the cats, and it made me feel good that you know that they go to where they to be need to be pretty
Yeah.
much. I recognize when the animals are injured. Okay, I could tell, but the cats prefer my brother and my dad.
Yeah.
Dogs come to me though.
You're a dog lady.
I guess I have maybe a spiritual dog animal or whatever. The dogs come to me. I don't. I have no preference,
You
but
know
dogs.
you know what animal is drawn to me like crazy?
But
Deer.
really,
I've had so many car wrecks where deer jump out in front of me. Um, Not too long ago, I saved a baby deer because it was tangled up in a barbed wire fence. And I'm just always coming across deer, 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 deer.
what the not like the
The symbolism,
yes. Have you looked that up?
gentleness, compassion, nurturing, things like that.
Beautiful. Oh my, you're so beautiful. Don't seem as enough. Um, but you know, big dogs will come and tackle me at the beach and throw me in the water. Used to throw me or walk away from their master, which you have some nasty masters, and it's like they'll just like leave them and come to me, and it's like um, I don't know why,
Yeah,
Yeah,
they can sense you're good.
I guess so. Well, you are what you are. I'm just kidding. I'm a real wise ass. So
I guess that could be paranormal too, is, having the ability to draw animals to you and the
yeah,
spirituality behind connections with animals.
yeah. I took classes for telepathy with animals, and I've been doing that with a lot of birds. And one time I just said, "Please, seagulls, will you please come to me?" 35 fucking seagulls came and lined up in a row in front of me at the beach.
One time, I'll tell you a story. My friend brought me to this like cookout that was on a backcountry road. Um, the woman's house was like a little house out in the country, and her fire pit was like on the side of the house, kind of out front.
Mhm.
And I had such bad anxiety, like, because I didn't know anybody there. So I went and I sat by the dog and I prayed to God or whoever. I
Mhm.
prayed, I thank you for animals because they make me feel safe.
Oh,
And as soon as I was done with that prayer, I looked up and there was like 7 white horses running through the field. And I'm looking around and I'm the only one who noticed it. And I was like, guys, do y'all see what I'm seeing here?
people just miss the
Yeah.
beauty and the
It was,
symbolism. Wow.
but it was like a reply, like, oh, you like that? Here you go.
Of course, you need that. You know, you have that ability. You need that comfort. You know, we are here, or I am here. And they show up. That is so wonderful.
That was wonderful. Yeah. That was one of the best experiences in my life.
To be able to connect to it like an animal is
Don't
just
talk.
amazing. Like looking at him in the eye and just being like, you
Well,
know,
don't talk too soon because my cat is starting to boss me around. It's
well,
like,
I just wanted to say hi and wish you good tidings.
okay.
Okay, and I'll talk to you again sometime. Okay,
Thanks for coming on.
you're welcome. Please take care of yourself. Okay.
I'll see you.
Okay. Bye now.
Hello to everybody. If you want to come on and share your paranormal experiences or just chit chat, um, this is the link. Just scroll up in the chat. Or if you want a free reading, want to try a mediumship reading, come on and talk to me. If anybody has ever had a paranormal experience, I would love to hear it because even though I'm a medium, I still experience the paranormal and I've experienced some spooky stuff and I find it fascinating. And everybody has a bit of mediumship, believe it or not. If you've ever seen the movie Beetlejuice, there's a book in it It's a book for the dead, a manual when you die. And it says the living won't see the dead. Not the living can't see the dead, the living won't. They usually choose not to. I don't know why I do. It just happened to me. But don't start with me, Bostet. You know what? Out. No, Grace. No. Guys. Out.
Almost 15 years ago, I started a relationship coaching practice that had a 2-year plus wait list because I had a proprietary method with an integrated attachment theory that could completely transform relationships within 30 days. Today, I help people who want to become relationship coaches master integrated attachment theory to build 6-figure coaching practices. Are you interested in creating a massive positive impact on people's lives while also having the freedom and financial abundance to live where you want, travel when you want, and work from home on a more permanent basis? Well, if you love learning about human behavior and relationships, there's an expert framework that allows you to build a thriving coaching practice while having that abundance and flexibility, and I'm going to give you a sneak peek for free. My name is Thais Gibson, and I've helped hundreds of people become a certified relationship coach, build a thriving practice with a huge waitlist, and work online to have the abundance and freedom to design their lives in a way that matters and is meaningful for them. programming, hypnosis, somatic experiences, and more, I have been obsessed with learning about the human experience for the last 15 years, and I'm so excited to share the best of what I've learned with you. You see, I run a thriving coaching practice myself with a 2-year wait list and also trademarked a really powerful body of work known as integrated attachment.
Hello to everybody who just entered the chat. Feel free to chat. That's what this is here for.
American Burial Mound that's near me. That was near where I live. First, I want to say I'm not romanticizing Native Americans or Indian burial grounds, especially like in a Stephen King kind of way. No, I don't want to do that. And I think that's nasty to do. But what I am trying to do is put history out there, put somebody's story out there, and hopefully get them some justice by putting their story out there. Uh, I know that, I'm talking about the dead, but I believe that the dead deserve justice too. Um, so yeah, I'll show you. First, I have a lot of documents. This is the first one that I ever collected, and it
has a few paragraphs about the Lewis Creek Mound. One thing that I noticed okay, there it is. A small string of marginella beads, a few beads made from the Camillar of Conch, and several skulls are in the hands of the Reverend Mr. Glovier, who lives a mile west of Lewis Creek Mound on State Highway 792. So when Reverend Glovier, and I'll show that his story to you guys, but him and two other gentlemen dug up the mound in the 30s and took a lot of the artifacts. And Reverend Glovier, okay, a reverend, took several of the skulls home. This expert was written in, let's see, what was it? I do believe 1952. Yes, 1952. So he had skulls of human beings in his basement for over 20 years, and he's supposed to be a reverend. Okay. And this is where I wanted to start. This is an old newspaper article written in the 30s about Reverend Glovier. Let's see. P.C. Manley and the Reverend David F. Glovier. Okay. They're the ones who started digging up the mound in the 30s. It had previously been disturbed and stolen from in the 20s, but this is the first time anybody quote-unquote excavated it. They weren't professional archaeologists. They were just good old boys who were going to go dig up an Indian mound and see if they could find some treasure. You know what I mean? And they went to the newspaper about it. And this is, they say that there was about maybe 500 bodies in there. Now, here's another newspaper article written in the 30s, and it's actually written by David Glovier, and he's just talking about what he thinks was the history of the mound and blah, 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 blah. Like, he didn't know. You know, how were all these people in there piled up? You know, he didn't know. So it's like his idea of how these people came to be there. Now, in the 1960s, there was a plan to rebuild that road. And the plan was to build roads straight over the mound. Like, there was no saving the mound, they were going to build that road. So, Reverend Glovier and some, the landowners, they did like an emergency excavation. And that's when the mound was like completely dug up and destroyed. The final excavation. Those are some pictures from the final excavation. I do believe that's Glovier. Rather, say his damn name. See them digging up. And they said in these articles that there was a plan to send the bodies to the Smithsonian, and then once they were finished studying them, to get the bodies back and do a burial um, on Lewis Creek, like the farmland. But they never did the burial for some reason, and I could never find any documentation on why they never did a burial. Okay, let's see what else I have here. This is a correspondence I had with Bridgewater College, because I found out that the archaeologist